My name was Gabriela on that show. He fired me the first day I was on set, by the way. I went in and said, as I always do, if there's an axis cross, hi, sir, are you crossing the axis on purpose? And he said, pardon? Are you crossing the axis on purpose? Because I was told the style of the show is classic, you know, that we don't cross the axis. In hindsight, he didn't know what I was talking about. So I one too many times in that day, I had pissed him off by doing my job. Okay. So I had a word with the production manager throughout the day, like, hey, and she said, yeah, no one will work with him. He's very mean to the script supervisor. We really want you here. And I can't remember what the last straw was. I think it was a coverage question because he shot a fight scene and it ran so long. No, it wasn't even that. But he said, at the end of the day, he said, you're fired. Don't come back, Gabriela. So I started crying. My first union job, my first day, I started crying. They fired me on the first day. The producer came to set. There were 8 producers on that show, by the way, saw me crying. The first AD, who was very kind, luckily I had a very kind first AD, grabbed a bottle of champagne, put it on my table. I used to have a table that I'd carry around from set to set before I knew that locations could give it to us. Put a bottle of champagne. He said, welcome to the film business. You are not in the film industry until you've been fired. Listen, ever since then, I haven't been fired since then, and I have wanted to be. There's times when you want to be fired because you'll get paid. If they fire you, they have to pay you severance if you're on a union show. Even if you're on a non-union show, depending on the laws in your country, it would be such a good thing to be fired in certain cases. And I could only dream of being fired ever since that day. But no, the producers begged me to stay on. They said, and I said, what are you going to, he's going to be here. And they're like, he's not always here. We'll tell him that you're Daniela's twin sister, you're Gabriela's twin sister, Daniela, because he kept calling me Gabriela. So that's what we did. They gaslighted him by telling him I was Daniela's twin sister. He still treated me like crap. Listen, like he still called me Gabriela the entire 9 months. But I survived that show knowing I had allies.